Hi, welcome to Getting Started tutorial number 3, Online Forms. Online forms, or web forms as they're more commonly known, are outstanding tools for capturing leads and soliciting feedback from customers and prospects. When tied to special offers and strategically placed on your website, they can be incredibly effective at funneling new prospects to your business. When used as a survey tool with those same prospects and existing customers, web forms can become an indispensable component of every follow-up and customer service initiative a business might plan on putting into action. Systematic Revenue's online form builder allows you to easily create web forms for all of these applications. In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble a simple customer survey web form. The steps we'll go through are pretty much the same steps you'll use in building any web form in Systematic Revenue. Note that we're beginning this tutorial from Systematic Revenue's dashboard, but accessing the online form builder can be done from anywhere within the application. To get started, hover your mouse pointer over Tools in the header menu, then click on Online Forms in the drop-down menu that appears. This takes you to the Online Forms library window, where you can manage and see the status of forms you've already created. It's also the starting point for building a new web form. To do that, click on the green New Online Form button in the upper right corner of the library window. This opens the Form Builder wizard, a step-by-step walkthrough of the construction process. In step 1, notice there are a number of mandatory fields you need to complete. Starting at the top, we'll name our example form Survey Test. Next, you have to associate the form with a group from the drop-down menu. In this example, you're given two choices: Customer Online Forms or Prospect Online Forms. Choose Customer Online Forms. On a side note, you can create additional groups in Systematic Revenue to suit your particular business. That will be covered in a future tutorial. Now assign the form an active status. A draft assignment would be appropriate for a work in progress. An inactive assignment will deactivate the form and make it unavailable for system-wide use. Next, choose the appropriate sales rep from the drop-down menu. If you're presently the only one using Systematic Revenue, then your name should be the only available choice. Now open the Contact Status menu and choose Customer. Because in this example, we're creating a customer survey form. Other status selections will depend on the intended target audience for the form. The last field in step 1 is not mandatory, but it allows you to select a criteria Systematic Revenue will use to check for and prevent duplicate contacts in your system. Leave it as is for now and click Next Step. Step 2 allows you to use an existing form as your starting point or create a new one from scratch using the Form Builder tool. Since we're building one from the ground up, leave the default selection as is and click Next Step. Step 3 opens Systematic Revenue's robust Form Builder tool. It's a full-featured mini application that allows you to create some very sophisticated and eye-catching web forms. We're going to keep it simple and stick to the basics in this tutorial, but I encourage you to explore its features when you have more than a few minutes to spare. Begin by selecting a first and last name from the Contact Fields list on the left side of the interface. Notice the names of both fields, i.e. first name, last name, are editable. Now select Email and Phone from the same list. Notice that they too are editable. Now drop down to and click on the Survey Fields button to open that list of options. Select Slider, and in the Click to Edit field, type "Please rate your last experience in doing business with us." Before moving to the next step with your form, feel free to select a theme from the Themes menu at the top left of the interface. I'll choose Pastel. Close the Theme menu and click the Next Step button. Step 4 allows you to assign a variety of actions to the form that will automatically kick in the moment a person hits the Submit button. We'll cover many of these in future tutorials, but since we just discussed tags, let's create an action that will assign a tag to anyone who submits our form. Open the drop-down menu and click Add a Tag to the contact. In the Add a Tag window, enter Satisfaction Survey. This tag doesn't currently exist in your system, but will be added to the tag library once you click the Add This Action button. Do so now, and then click Next Step to advance to step number 5. This is the thank you message window, and it allows you to select or create a thank you message that your customers will be presented with or redirected to shortly after submitting the form. For now, we'll go with the default thank you page. Click the default page link to open the HTML editor so that you can create a short thank you message. In this window, type "Thanks for completing our survey" and stylize as you see fit. I'm going to make my message bold. When finished, click Save Changes. Then click Next Step at the bottom of the page to advance to step 6. Here's where you're presented with a variety of options for displaying your form, either on your own website or on a variety of other platforms. Many of these options require some level of HTML or web design experience, things we're not going to cover in this video. We recommend that you enlist the aid of qualified parties when it comes to fully deploying any form you create in Systematic Revenue. For now though, if you want to see how the form you just created works, copy the link found near the top of this window and paste it into the body of an email that you'll send to yourself. When you receive the email, click on the link and you'll be taken to the form as it's hosted in Systematic Revenue. If you've done everything correct up to this point, you should be looking at a browser window very much like what you're seeing on screen. We're going to complete this form with dummy information so that we can continue the tutorial. I'm going to use the name John Doe for our sample customer. In the email address, we'll do john@johndoe.com. And for the phone number, we'll just do a series of zeros. Now on the slider, let's move this up to somewhere around the 70%, 75% range here. Good enough. Now we're going to hit Submit the Form. Notice our thank you message appears almost instantaneously. This is the one that we created earlier and is the default thank you message for this particular form. More importantly, John Doe has been instantaneously imported into Systematic Revenue, which you'll see in a moment. When we return to the dashboard where we started this video, you'll notice John Doe appears at the top of your recent activity window. Click on John's profile link and you'll see the Satisfaction Survey tag as well as the small amount of contact info associated with John. Return to the dashboard and click on the Survey Test link to see the results of the survey form. Pretty cool, huh? Now return to the Online Forms library and click on our Survey Test form to see a quick summary of everything that's going on with this particular form since we created it. If you followed along with me every step of this video, you should see something resembling this screen. There's a great deal of power in web forms. Hopefully this tutorial has given you a taste of what they're capable of doing for your business. Consider following through with the action tip associated with this feature in your Getting Started PDF so that you can see firsthand what they're all about. And don't hesitate to experiment with creating additional forms you can use on your own website to capture leads. That wraps up this session. Be sure to set aside a few minutes to watch the next Getting Started tutorial, Email Templates. It'll build on and help you implement the web form process we just went through. Talk to you soon.